if a single court ruling could reshape the most powerful office on earth, not just for one president, but for every president who comes after. That's not a hypothetical. It's happening right now in the United States. And if you care about how power works, and who controls it, then you need to understand this story. In 2024, the United States Supreme Court made a landmark decision in a case called Trump versus United States. The ruling gave the president broad legal immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts. At the time, many saw it as a legal shield built specifically for Donald Trump. But nearly 2 years later, its true impact is becoming clear, and it goes far beyond any single person. Trump's legal team has turned that ruling into a blueprint. They are aggressively utilizing it to expand presidential authority into uncharted territories. Here's what the numbers tell us. Since Trump began his second term, his legal team filed 29 emergency applications to the Supreme Court. Nearly one-third of those directly cited the 2024 immunity ruling. 20 times, they've used this ruling to argue for sweeping executive powers. And these aren't small asks. They've claimed the president has unrestricted authority to fire executive branch officials at will. They've argued for broad control over immigration, trade, and national security decisions. They've even pushed for expanded commander-in-chief powers in domestic law enforcement situations, inside the country's own borders. In one filing, the White House's top lawyer echoed the Chief Justice's own words, arguing the Constitution demands an energetic, independent executive. The context? A request to remove a sitting Federal Reserve governor. Constitutional scholar James Sample put it plainly, this isn't just about referencing a legal precedent. It's about building what he called an architecture, a long-term legal framework designed to permanently expand the power of the presidency. Now here's where it gets complicated. The Supreme Court hasn't simply said yes to everything. While it has shown general support for stronger presidential control over federal agencies, it has also pushed back in significant ways. The court rejected arguments that the deportation of a Salvadoran man named Abrego Garcia was beyond judicial review. It dismissed claims that blocking a National Guard deployment in Chicago violated the president's core powers. And here's a telling detail, since early 2025, the court's conservative justices have avoided directly citing Trump versus United States even in decisions that favor the administration. Analysts say this suggests the court may be quietly limiting the reach of its own ruling, deciding case by case how far the precedent truly extends. Legal analyst Sarah Isker described it this way, the full meaning of this ruling may ultimately be defined not by what the court said in 2024, but by what future courts decide it means. Legal scholars are raising deeper alarms about where this leads. The 2024 ruling affirmed that investigating and prosecuting crimes is fundamentally an executive function. In plain terms, it said the president has broad discretion over who gets investigated and who doesn't. In practice, Trump has taken an unusually direct role in law enforcement. Reports indicate that individuals targeted for potential legal action include former FBI Director James Comey, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, Senator Adam Schiff, and former Special Counsel Jack Smith, among others. Harvard Law professor Jack Goldsmith has warned that this interpretation could encourage the Justice Department to push its prosecutorial powers to the limit. He argues the court moved too quickly and too broadly, and that a future Supreme Court may eventually be forced to step in and narrow the scope of what it created. A 2025 Marquette Law School poll revealed that most Americans believe the Justice Department is using politically motivated cases. Public confidence in the Supreme Court itself remains divided. Here's the paradox at the heart of this story. The same court decisions that expand presidential power also impose new restrictions on its use without congressional support. As one analyst put it, the result is a presidency that is simultaneously more powerful and more constrained than at any point in modern history. The question isn't just about Donald Trump. It's about what the presidency looks like after him, and the next one, and the one after that. A ruling that was meant to resolve a legal question may have opened a door that no one fully knows how to close. If you want to stay informed on stories like these, the ones that shape power, policy, and the future, subscribe to this channel. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And share this video with someone who needs to understand what's happening in America right now.